Known mainly for sludge and doom metal, the guitarist and vocalist of High on Fire, Matt Pike, has recently released a solo blues album called Pike Vs Automaton, and he's invited Mastodon guitarist and vocalist Brent Hinds along for the ride. In today's video we're going to find out what happens when metal goes back to its roots and the boys get the blues. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jacob Lee Taylor here once again. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the sound quality on the recent videos hasn't been the best, so I've got myself a little microphone. Hopefully that's really going to make the difference to the sound quality of these videos. I know I only have a small audience, but the absolute bottom line is whether one person or a million people see this video, you all deserve the absolute best content that I can make. I know we're mainly a rock, hardcore and punk channel around here, ladies and gentlemen, but today we're going to be talking about the blues. Blues for me is the music that I was listening to before I was listening to heavy metal. As a young man, I used to watch the film The Blues Brothers a lot, and that turned me on to a lot of blues artists, not just artists who appear in the film, but also people like Wilson Pickett, Solomon Burke, Elmore James, Sam Cooke. If heavy metal is the music that makes me fired up, blues is definitely the music that chills me out, and we would not have rock or metal if it wasn't for blues. For anybody who isn't in the know, High on Fire are a sludge/doom metal band formed in Oakland, California in 1999 by the guitarist and vocalist of Sleep, Matt Pike, and have to date released 8 studio albums and 3 live albums. They've also been lucky enough to work with some of the best people in the business, including Cody Willis and Joe Preston from the Melvins, and Kurt Blue from Converge. If you're not familiar with Converge, I have a review of one of their albums, link in the description. As for Mastodon, Mastodon are a sort of prog metal band that were formed in Atlanta, Georgia in the year 2000, ironically all 4 members meeting at a High on Fire concert. In 2004, the band released their breakthrough album Leviathan, which is a concept album loosely based on the story Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Music from the album Leviathan was used in computer games including Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Saints Row, Guitar Hero and Rock Band. And the album won Album of the Year 2000 from Kerrang and Terrorizer magazines. Last month saw the release of Matt Pike's solo album Pike Vs Automaton. The lead single is called Land, featuring Brent Hinds, and we're going to have a listen now.
Lucky baptized, smoking wood as she smoked. Your mama said and your thoughts died. A pretty town doesn't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, for me, I really like this swampy, slow, easygoing type of blues music, you know, really chilled, a complete antithesis to the rock, metal and hardcore that I usually listen to. I can almost imagine these guys, you know, sat on a porch somewhere with a resonator guitar using a beer bottle as a slide. I love the video as well, you know, the sort of 20s, 30s, silent era Charlie Chaplin sort of style aesthetic to it. I also love the fact that most of the actors are wearing period clothes, you know, the old 20s tattered sort of suits. Yet you can clearly see modern cars on the highway and people clearly wearing a pair of Adidas. The music's available now on YouTube, iTunes and any other platform, so pop over there and give it a listen. I think even if you're not really into blues music, it's something we've all got to respect, because the music that we love simply would not be here now if it wasn't for blues. The earliest people in rock and rolls, your Chuck Berrys, your Elvis Presleys, your Little Richards, took direct influence from blues. And bands like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath took direct influence from them. I know these videos can come off as a little bit short, but the absolute bottom line is I'm not going to sit here and talk and fill the video with nonsense content just for the sake of getting a longer video. That is not why you guys are here. With all that being said, that's the end of it. There'll be more videos coming up. Just remember to like, subscribe and listen to heavy metal.